SARS outbreak versus coronavirus. The Wuhan coronavirus has started alert around the world, but in Asia, it's moreover brought up recollections of a dangerous virus. To numerous, the most recent episode feels frightfully comparative to 2003, when serious intense respiratory disorder SARS cleared through the locals, contaminating more than 8,000 individuals and killing 774. Like SARS, this most recent episode is caused by a coronavirus, a family of infections common to creatures that extend from the common cold to more genuine maladies, like Middle East respiratory disorder (MERS). But whereas the Wuhan coronavirus and SARS are caused by a comparative infection, they're not precisely the same. Virus origin: both the SARS and Wuhan virus are made in China, and both are accepted to have started from wild and exotic animals' wet markets. Scientists accept that the coronavirus behind SARS came from a store in bats that at that point spread to the civet cat, a wild creature contemplated to be an exquisite food in parts of South China, at that point, humans. In the case of this most recent episode, it's been followed to Wuhan's now shuttered Huanan seafood wholesalers' wet market, where a number of wild creatures were up for good deal, counting raccoon pooches and snakes. Specialists accept that the coronavirus was carried by animals, conceivably snakes, and after that, it spread to people, likely once more beginning in bats. After SARS, China prohibited the killing and eating of civet cats. On January 26, the government declared it was prohibiting all deals of wild animals all through the country. Number of infections. Wuhan coronavirus: 7,700 people infected within 2 months, December 2019 to January 2020. SARS: 8,098 people infected within 9 months, November 2002 to July 2003. Number of deaths. SARS outbreak killed 774 people in mainland China and Hong Kong. Wuhan coronavirus killed 170 people in mainland China from December 2019 to January 2020. But the best thing to look at when comparing deaths is the case fatality rate, the measure of what proportion of people infected end up dying. Mortality rate. Wuhan coronavirus case fatality is 2%. SARS outbreak case fatality 9.6%. Identifying the virus. One of the biggest differences between SARS and this current outbreak is how fast it was reported and how soon scientists were able to identify it. Coronavirus outbreak: China informed the World Health Organization about the new virus on December 31, 2019, about 3 weeks after the first case was detected. The virus behind the outbreak was identified on January 7, 2020. During SARS outbreak, China kept the disease under wraps. The disease was first publicly reported in February 2003, but by that time, 5 people had died and another 300 had fallen ill from the disease in China's Guangdong province. It also wasn't until 5 months after the SARS outbreak first started that American and Canadian scientists announced they had sequenced the genome thought to be the cause of that virus. Back in 2003, health authorities were grappling with a lack of knowledge about what the virus was. So this time around, China has done things differently. Not only did Beijing have the scientific prowess to be able to identify the genome, but it also informed other countries about it. But there have still been questions over how transparent China has been. There are still some concerned that the scale of the problem may be far worse than the official figures let on.